Well, it's August the 3rd, 2020. Update on my garden. Here's my ginger. It's really growing like crazy in here in the greenhouse. Although I got to get in here, get on back to work, get my wood chips in here. I got another container I want to put back there. I want to try to grow herbs in here. I got some tomatoes popping back up in here from this one I laid over. Got to clean it out. Yeah, this afternoon. Gonna pick some more okra like every day. Zipper creams, Texas zipper creams. They've been blooming crazy, and they'll be making some peas here pretty soon. They're looking good. They're trying to vine everywhere, and my okra is well over my head now. I get a few pounds a day, every single day, and you have to pick them because if you wait too long, they'll be too big and too stringy. You can't eat them. But that's what I'm about to do, fixing to go after them. There's one right there. That's way too big because I didn't pick it in time. Got tied down on some business yesterday. We're going to make up for it today. And then we're going to work our way down and feed the chickens. Well, there we go. I run the okra. Fed the chickens. I got 6 quarts of okra. And I got me a chicken egg for the day. Well, my Texas creams. They're blooming really good today, and I do have a few little bug bites here and there on them, but I'm not going to worry about that because it's really not enough to affect anything. But you can see the Texas creams, little peas here, got the little yellow blooms and the little seed pods is appearing everywhere. Here's my little culprit. He's running. There's they're like little beetles. They look like kind of like potato beetles, but they're not striped. They're more of an orangish looking color, and they'll run from you if they see you. So, and I'm not going to dust anything. I don't want no part of that. Fix to make me another okra run this afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon, going on 5:30, July the 3rd, I believe. Today is the 3rd. Actually, the 4th. My bad. So I don't have a whole lot as many right now, but there'll be a lot tomorrow, so I don't want to leave the few I saw passing by feeding the chickens. I don't want to leave those few to get too big, so I try not to waste anything, and I try to put it away for the long term. You don't know if you're going to need it or not. I was doing a lot of thinking when I was walking down the rows here and cutting my okra. You know, this, as far as a survival plant, this would be like one of the best, because especially in hot weather, they love hot weather. We get a lot of rain, and the rain accelerates the seed pods on them. And one thing I noticed a while ago, I'm seeing a lot of bumblebees and all different kinds of bees, and they swarm these really heavy because these bloom every day, so they benefit the bees to feed and draws them in and pollinate the other plants. So, and these things last a long time, and they keep producing every day. Every day you got to come out here. I got these few here, but I haven't walked the other side yet. I'll probably get 3 times that time I get around it. But yeah, this plant is just, I mean, it's just great for an overall plant to have. Plus, if you roll them, cut them up, get the tender ones, roll them in some flour, an egg, flip them in some grease and deep fry them. Or you make like a tomatoes and okra and put some smoked pork in it, or whatever smoked meat you like in it real good. A little bit of tomato soup with it. And man, it's just really good. So yeah, I'm really happy with my okra production this year. I usually always make a lot of okra when I plant okra. I do pretty good with it. Here's an update. I haven't really talked about it for a long time, but this is my stormwater BMP pond here, and the canal, the water carries down this way. It comes in through the ferns and comes in through the maiden cane and everything here. And what this does, this removes nitrogen. Now the ferns they'll remove contaminants as it hits, like heavy metals and things like that. So they're definitely great to have in line. I've got some stones in there. It helps aerate a little bit as it falls down in. You can't really tell because it's kind of grown in pretty heavy, which is fine because it's doing what it does. Have to maintain it now and then, you know, but you want to keep all your stuff intact on the banks because that's what holds it in place. You don't have any erosion problems after that. But I got a lot of plants coming in really good. Bulrushes, you can't see them from here, is up there in the front of the spillway there. They're just past the ferns there. I kind of baby those along. They're good to have. I got bulrushes growing on the side of the bank. We had us a storm earlier and the wind kind of blew everything down hard, so. But it flooded like just unreal. I mean, it was like, it just looked solid gray. There was so much. But that water passes through here. It comes down, it rolls around into there, keeps a little detention time, which is a stormwater BMP, basic management practice, stormwater pond. Like I say, this does like a little bit of a pre-treatment. It settles out any sand or any stuff like that, catches it in here, keeps it out of the pond. But it goes underneath here, underneath my bridge. This is my maintenance bridge I built so I could run my four-wheeler and trailer through here and pick up, you know, any wood laying around and stuff like that on the ground and things, and rake leaves and all that. But it goes through here and it goes out to the pond. And what it does, by pre-cleaning some of this water, it actually, I'm hearing a thunderstorm in the distance. I don't know if you heard it or not. But yeah, you can see it hitting that cypress tree, and look how good the water looks. It just makes a great environment. And I've got it all cleaned off to where I have native species of plants. You don't see the old nut grass all choking it out. You don't see hyacinths on it. There's no hyacinths at all. All of those are gone. All that stuff's been stacked, broke down, and tilled out there in my garden. Now I need to get out here and weed eat a little here and there, and I need to select plants I want out of here, keep my beneficials going. I do have a lot of wildlife live down here. I got foxes, bobcats, just everything you can imagine. Turtles all in the pond. There's bullfrogs down here. My pond is slam full of fish, but there's a lot of wildlife down here. I have snakes here too. All the years I've been here for over 20 years. I've never seen a cottonmouth, but I've got a lot of water snakes, and they're always coming around me. You can see the catfish out there rolling. Yeah, I definitely got a thunderhead back to the southeast, back that way. But yeah, I have my boats here, and I maintain where I can get out there and skim off any duckweed or anything like that. And yeah, it's got 5 springs in here, and it's very tannic, which is tannistic acid that comes from the leaves. But a lot of the groundwater here in Florida, it's really shallow. It has a lot of tannin to it, tannistic acid, when it's that close to the ground. But yeah, the water's super clean. It's just color. It's like you taking tea bags and putting it in water and making it a color, or Kool-Aid. It just gives it color. That's all. Which is actually, you actually would, for a fish population and algae control that's a subsurface, you actually want that. You actually want that color in that water. You have a higher fish population, and you don't have a problem with that algae just choking out the bottoms and coming up. Just surface water stuff, which makes it easier. Yeah, I've got my cypress trees I planted a long time ago. Most of this stuff I actually planted. I got my pump covered up. Like I say, I got to get down here, and I got to weed eat around a little bit, but I try to maintain as much as I can for the wildlife to hide in and stuff. This is Okra grass. This stuff here is the worst grass in the world. It's just horrible. Nothing to eat it, and it spreads, and it's bad news. You can't use it in hay or anything. It's just horrible. But yeah, here's my pump I'll use. I'll use that and go out there, and whenever I put a lot of organics into my soil, like leaves and stuff I dig out of here and break down. I don't know if you saw that little fish jump or not, but yeah, and then when you add this water, which is very organic, nutrient rich, and it has the nitrogen fixing bacteria, which is Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter, it actually inoculates all of those nutrients that you put in that soil. So it actually accelerates everything. It's like natural fertilizer. It's beautiful. Cypress knees, where I got in here and cleaned all of this out down here. And this pond's pretty deep out there. It's probably 25 feet out there right now. But yeah, I have me a great ecosystem here. I just leave my hose down here. But yeah, after I dug this out and around, my cypress knees are really coming up nice. They're really pretty coming up everywhere. This keeps the bank intact. Keeps everything intact. And these are actually native bald cypress I planted. They'll get really tall. I got some tall ones over there I put in. It's really got big. But look at here. Look how they're blooming over the water. I deliberately put them over the water so in nature these bromeliads just grow like crazy. And they feed off the nitrogen off of this pond coming up. But you can see how everything's really pretty. I love the color. Look at that color. And these just popping up everywhere. Hear that big old bullfrog? He's over there. That's lotus. Those are the native species of water lily. And they only have the yellow bulbs, as you can see right there. They never bloom, that's all they'll do. They just bulb. But they're great, fish use them. And this is deliberate shallows in here. This is for my fish area, a big shelf in here, where this time of year my fish, they will actually make fish beds and they'll reproduce my population here. Yeah, the bank's staying intact good. I'm letting stuff grow on the side. I go through and select what I want to keep, maintain the rest. Maiden cane growing down here. The fish love to get in there. It gives them a good hiding spot, places to breed and make nests in it. So yeah, it's really, really looking good. Hear that storm? It might be another drencher. We don't have rain showers. We have rain floods. I mean, when it dumps, you might see 2, 3, 4, 6 inches. And I mean, you can sit there and watch it flow. It's just insane how it does. Yeah, I'm way on up here now. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff out here. Like I say, I've deliberately set this thing up the way it is right now. Still got a lot of work on it. I've been working on this thing since I've been here. But I'm glad to see it wasn't really that low. It got down pretty low, but my pond's never dried up. And I've always had plenty of fish. I got some big fish in here. I got big bass, big catfish, big brim, a little bit of everything. I got some huge snapping turtles in here, and they're like pets. And if I went in there and got my dog food out of my shed there, and I was to throw it out there, you could literally see, yeah, you can see them catfish rolling. You can literally see them come up to you. They're not afraid of you. They got used to me. They're almost, like I say, they're literally pets. But yeah, that's another to consider. Not only this supercharges up my garden, but also being the wildlife habitat, but also you got another source for food here. You have fish, you have meat, even the turtles you have, if worse come to worse for survival, you have that too. And not to mention the big bullfrogs in here. Got a lot of those in here. Everything's looking, and this thing is slam full of big old crawfish, big crayfish. It's huge. We call them crawdads. Nice and quiet. That's cicadas hollering. They'll call them summer locusts or locusts. That's telling you that it's hot and going to be hot for a while when you hear those. Oh well, I got to go back and pick the second half of my okra, and I'm hearing that cloud coming up, so I need to get it done and work back slowly toward the house. Got my okra picked in time. Big old nasty cloud coming up fast. Coming up really fast around me. And this okra just grows like crazy when it gets lots of water and heat. But yeah, I did get, I probably got a quart or so, quart and a half. But I'll put that in the fridge, and then when I come out tomorrow afternoon and get another batch, which is going to be quite a bit, I can tell, a whole lot more. I'm going to be able to take that and combine it with this, and I'll put that away. I like to put them away in batches like every other day from out of the fridge. That way I do more at a time. Yeah, the cloud's coming up pretty strong. Time to head on in.